The last Thursday in 2021, the last prepping haul for this year. As you can see, there isn't a lot here on the table. This is all I bought for this week. Now you're going to say, how are you going to live on that little bit of food? Because I have a pantry full and I also have a freezer full. So there wasn't much that I needed. I even have tomatoes still in the refrigerator. So where my husband can make salad, and there's cheese and other things to put in the salad already here. No sense buying any more. Okay, most of what you see is replacement items we have used. So let's go see what is new this week and what's a replacement item. My total grocery bill for this week was $128.25 for the week. Now, nothing here was on sale, so I don't want you to even think I went out and bought a bunch of stuff on sale. Most everything here is for replacement. It was $1 off, so I guess that would be on sale, and that is our treat for the week. Now, there are other treats in the house that are stocked up, but this is the new treat for this week. I wanted to get a peach pie, but they didn't have any. All I could get was apple, so I got apple. I got 2 cans of fruit cocktail. We were totally out. We had none left, so I bought 2. My husband wanted to try these soups out. They were not on sale either. It was chicken, corn, chowder, and loaded potato bacon chowder. So I don't know if he's going to like them. I only bought 1 can apiece. If he likes them, they're pretty pricey. I'll stock up. If not, I'm not going to waste my money. The whipped topping was another replacement piece we were out of, and I bought another one. We were also out of salad dressing that my husband likes, so that was another replacement. And this is his favorite, the raspberry walnut vinaigrette. Napkins were a replacement. Bread I buy every week. This was an item I'm stocking up on. It was Bronnie's paper towels. And I don't buy them all the time, maybe once a month or every other month, and I have at least 5 months of these already in the garage, but I want to make sure we never get lower than 5 or 6 months, so that's why I bought another one. Believe it or not, we were out of crackers, and I had quite a few, but we were all the way out, and crackers were down at the store, and there weren't too many. These were a replacement because I was out of matches, and they only had 2 boxes, and because this is something pretty important to have on hand, I bought both boxes. It sounds greedy, I know, but I have no idea if this is going to become a problem or not, so I bought both of them. Milk we buy every week. Lettuce we buy every week. Kool-Aid, I don't know, maybe once or twice a month. They didn't have any big ones. They only had the little ones. And so I only bought 1. We have some here, so there was no sense worrying about it. I'll buy a big one next time I go if they have it. Stocking up on my ketchup, so there's 4 of them here. I'm stocking up on trash bags. We were out of Lipton tea, black tea that my husband likes, so I bought a box of 100 for him. I know I could have bought a lower cost, but I'd rather buy the better quality because that's all he drinks, and we can't be cheap on everything. My dog's favorite treat I bought for him. We were 100% out, so that was definitely a replacement. I had a couple cans of V8, but I like to buy that. Sometimes I buy it every week, sometimes every other week. I don't know if I bought any last week or not. I'd have to look back on my shopping haul last week. And of course, we were getting low on dog food. Not that we don't have dog food. I always keep 2 boxes of Little Caesars dog food now ahead, for the simple reason that we were almost out of dog food for several months here recently. And they have plenty of dog food now again in the stores. But because of that, I'm going to make sure that I always have at least 2 boxes. That would mean I have almost 2 months ahead. I think that's enough to be ahead. If things get super bad, I may rethink that, but right now that's what I'm doing. So this was a pretty small one. Oh, I forgot to mention the bacon. I did get a pound of bacon. Not that I needed it. I have 2 pounds in the freezer. But I hear we're going to have a bacon shortage coming up. And it may be true, it may not be. I don't know. We had plenty of Farmer John bacon in the grocery store today, but it's like $2 or $2.50 more a pound. So needless to say, I try not to spend that much money. And this brand here, Farmerland, is really a good quality. As you can see, there's a lot of great meat on this bacon. It's not full of fat. It's really good quality. They always have good bacon. But they almost were totally out. They had like maybe 3 other packages in there. So I thought, well, let me buy it, because if they're telling the truth, I mean, I may go next week and don't find any bacon. Well, you know, the best part about prepping ahead is not because of just shortages or prices going up. This week I had a couple major little crises. I had to come up extra money. And don't get me wrong, I had the money to do it. But, you know, not everyone has an extra $300 or $400 just laying around. I had to, got a screw in one of my tires. I had to go buy a brand new tire. And since it was in there, it said I needed an oil change, so there was an oil change. And when it was all said and done, that was a over $300 little extra. I guess I should show you the receipt, how much I really spent for it. We'll do that at the end of this video. And because I had extra food, I didn't worry or even get upset, really. I mean, really, there isn't a lot of food here anyway. Most of it's replacement things, because I already have a pantry full from top to bottom, a freezer totally full from top to bottom. So even if I hadn't bought anything this week except milk and bread, we could have got by. But I wanted to make sure I stayed ahead, and I like to try to keep, you know, food and things that we'd use all the time ahead. Like the ketchup is something we use every single day. The soup and fruit we use pretty often. Of course, the bread's every day. The whipped topping, believe it or not, we really do use that. Maybe not every week, but probably every other week for sure. Because like with that fruit cocktail, I can put a can of fruit cocktail in a bowl, put a little bit of marshmallows, put some whipped topping, and there's dessert. And you feel like you've had a treat. And we're not talking a big expense, and it'll make at least 1 or 2 desserts for the 2 of us. So, you know, that's the whole idea of prepping. Get stuff ahead for when you have a little problem, like this week we had a little hiccup. Drove to work, and halfway to work, I picked up a screw in my tire and had a flat tire at work. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. In the pouring rain, no less, but I made it to work. And then it was raining so bad, I, of course, called my AAA. I have AAA membership. They came out, towed me home. And then the next day I had them tow me into the snow. Yeah, I had them come out. And they were able to put my spare on. And I drove my own self to the repair shop and had them buy a new tire. But, you know, I had to spend that money too. I had to put a battery in my car. Since they were out, I might as well get a battery replaced. So I spent almost $100 on a new battery for the car. And about a new tire for the truck. And I had an oil change, all in one day. Oh, it was so much fun. That's where my money went this week extra. But I shouldn't be complaining or even whining about it, because I had the money. I know a lot of people are not as lucky and fortunate as Grandma. I do try to watch sort of what I spend. Even though I'm a terrible money manager, I could easily, with a little effort, could probably save twice as much as I'm saving. But I do want to enjoy my life, and I don't want to be constantly worried about money and pinching pennies. That's not any fun either. Now, I realize a lot of people enjoy doing that. I'm just not one of them. Well, I'm going to show you how much I spent on that tire and oil change.